I'm Kurt Thompson, and I just want to take a moment to tell you about something very, very exciting that I just recently got uploaded and finished. It's my lead trumpet styling course, Intro to Lead Trumpet Styling. And for anybody that's ever been interested in, number one, just learning how to play jazz, rock, Broadway, pop, funk, that kind of style. For anybody who's ever been interested into going from the bottom parts in those groups, especially like the real big band format where there might be 5 trumpet players, and you might even be a retired hobby player that's been playing third or fourth part for the last 20, 30, or 40 years and just really never had the gumption to get up and play lead trumpet. This course is definitely for you. It explains how to do it. It explains the psychology, the mental toughness that's required, the confidence, but beyond that, it goes step by step. This is the intro to lead trumpet styling course. There will be 2 others that will come after it. It's a course that I've been teaching live for quite some time, and I've turned it into a digital download video tutorial. It's a 2-month long course, 8 weeks, and I start the course assuming that you know nothing about playing lead trumpet. In fact, I go even more than that. I assume that you know nothing about even stepping into a Broadway pit orchestra or a big band or a rock band. And I assume that you know nothing, and I start off with the basic interpretation and articulation of jazz and rock rhythm. So we start there. So I've just assumed that you stepped in. You might have been a classical symphonic guy or playing in a wind ensemble, brass band, who knows, but you've never dived into a big band, a funk or cover band, or even done Broadway, and you want to learn how. So I take it all the way back to ground zero, and we start from there. After week 1, we go into 3 weeks of learning and mastering a ton of big bang and swing style from real charts. And I think there's almost 20 of those that we go through over the next 3 weeks, in weeks 2, 3, and 4. I put a big emphasis on swing style because that is actually what you will encounter in the majority of groups that you decide to get into. You're going to have to learn how to play that swing style. I mean, even in Broadway, you're going to have to know how to play swing style. And it'll be most of what you do. After the swing style week, let's see, where was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So week 5, I believe we start with rock, fusion, and funk, and pop. And I don't spend a lot of energy on that because that will come later in some of the more advanced lead trumpet courses that I am planning right now. I'm putting on video. But I do immerse you in it a little bit and help you understand how to play rock style. In fact, for a lot of you, you'll be thrown for a loop if you go to play it, because you'll see a lot of it is written in 16th notes. And if you've already checked out a rock chart, then you know what I mean. And for some people, it's just a sea of misery because you don't know how to read those 16th notes down, and everything's a little bit different when you're playing rock and pop. And then week 6 and 7, it might be to 6, we go into Latin style. And Latin, of course, is a whole different style, played differently than even rock and swing. Again, we're only going to spend 1 week on it. I think for the rock, there's 3 or 4 songs we look at. For the Latin, there's 3 or 4 songs that we look at. When I say look at, you're going to work on them with me. I then demonstrate how they're supposed to sound when you arrive at your goal. And then you work on them. And you can also play along with me. And then I also include, for many of these charts, now here's the really exciting part. Here's what I didn't have when I was learning this stuff. I include the, if I can, the original artist that actually made the song famous. So for example, now I can't include the whole chart because of copyright and all that kind of stuff, but I can include a little snippet, which is what I've done. And you get a little snippet of the actual written chart. So this is really, really cool. So for example, on the Latin thing, I remember one of the charts that we worked on was Horn of Puente, Gordon Goodwin's Horn of Puente. You got the actual real live music there, and that I also cut away to, I'm not sure if it's Gordon's band, but I'm definitely one of the professional big bands playing a snippet of it. So you get a snippet of the written and a little snippet excerpt of the music, and you can actually hear the style play in the context of a big band playing it, and then I'll also hear me playing it, taking it out, extracting just the lead trumpet part. And it's really, this is something I wish I had had when I was learning how to do lead trumpet. I had to do it old school, old fashioned way, and put on Buddy Rich albums, Woody Herman albums, Maynard Ferguson albums, Louis Bellson albums, and on and on and on, and try to listen to what the lead player was playing. I didn't have the chart. Then I had to figure out the notes and then play right along with the lead player. That's the old school way. That's how I did it. This is much faster and much more efficient. Finally, we run off the program with something very, very important: sight reading. Some people are good at sight reading, some people are not, but there are things to tip the scale in your favor, and believe me, lead trumpet is not the part to play and be screwing up with sight reading. I'm just here to tell you. You don't want to be missing notes, rhythms, page turns, key signatures, repeats, all that stuff playing lead trumpet, because everybody will hear it. You will screw up the band. There's a lot of pressure. You need to know how to sight read. I also include, in addition to this specific work on sight reading and the tips I'm going to give you and things to actually do, plus real life charts that you're going to be sight reading and working on, I include David Hickman's an excerpt from his music speed reading course, which is really awesome. It's a great way to help you broaden your peripheral vision out, so you can actually group notes and start taking in lines of passages rather than just looking at one or two notes at a time. Finally, with week 8, I give you a duet, a real live Bud Brisbois duet, and it's so awesome because first of all, you can sight read it down with the metronome, and then I've recorded both parts separately. So I actually play lead on the part, and you would actually be playing second. So we make our duet, have some good speakers handy. Then I also play the bottom part, the second part, and you get to play lead. So whatever your comfort level is there, you can start off playing second part if you wanted to and work up to the lead part. Really awesome. You get to hear the style and how it's supposed to be done. And let's see what else. I include some bonus techniques. These bonus techniques are three things that every brass player should be doing, especially every lead trumpet player really should be doing every day. I consider it mandatory. A lot of people don't know about them. I'm trying to remember if I think some of the techniques in a different way are in the big course, but these are but not exactly how I have them here. So when all is said and done, you, the guy who's been playing away on third part, fifth part, fourth part, or let's just say you're a jazz trumpet player and you play in a combo, or you play the second book all the time, and whenever the lead player says, hey, you want to split lead on this one? You say, oh no, that's okay. No. After you take this course, you're going to feel empowered to be able to play lead trumpet. And for those of you who've never played in a big band or rock band, you're going to feel empowered to, at the very least, jump in and play third or fourth trumpet part. So if you've never played lead trumpet in a rock band or a big band, at the very least, after having gone through this 8-week course, you're going to feel confident just to get into a rehearsal and play third, fourth, or fifth part. My hope is that you might even consider playing the lead part too. But I know for some people, if you've never been into an 18-piece big band and played, it could be a little bit intimidating and scary. You might just not want to jump right to lead. But you'll have the confidence to get in, and when you say, wait a minute, this is so bad, this is everything I learned in the course, you know what? I'm going to jump up on lead and play split lead, on a couple of charts. So there you have it. This is the introduction to lead trumpet styling. It takes you and holds your hand all the way from, if you didn't know zilch about playing jazz, swing, Latin, rock, big band charts, and Broadway, all the way up to where if you've mastered the charts, which there are a good more than 30, if you've mastered those charts, worked on them, listened, you're going to just have this bubbling confidence, and you're going to want to do it. You're going to have a lot of fun, and I just can't wait to hear back from you when you told me how excited you are to finally do something different. And for people that are advanced to professional trumpet players that are always playing in the wind ensembles, the concert bands, the quintets, and on and on and on, maybe church and weddings and stuff like that, Now's your chance to open up a whole other world of playing and playing opportunities and gigs and having a lot of fun. And you already have the technique, right? You already have range, likely. You already have a great sound. You already probably can sight read. So here, all you do is transfer those skills over into learning the new style. It's a 2-month course. It's 8 weeks long. It is a tremendous value for what you're going to get and what you're going to learn. Hope to see you on the other side. And if you look down below in the description somewhere here, you'll probably see a link that will take you right to it. Go ahead and get that today. Get started. If you have any questions, you can email me. That should be down there too. It's Kurt@TRUMPETSIZZLE.com, KURT@TRUMPETSIZZLE.com. And if you want to have more fun and look around my site, of course, it's TRUMPETSIZZLE.com. So I'm Kurt Thompson. I'll see you on the other side.